Small. Wow, tiny.
You are currently listening to Tiny Table,
where we explore TTRPGs you might not have heard of.
Whether big or small, we hope to cover them all.
Because we know that great things can come in tiny packages.
Welcome everyone, this is Skylar, and the following episode is our rules rundown for Raccoon Sky Pirates. If you feel like you've already got the wits to scrap together the world's greatest trash heist, then feel free to fly on past and crash spectacularly into the actual play episodes. However, if it is your first time, you need a refresher, or you're ready to revel in rushed ramblings regarding rules readings referring to raccoons who rummage up a riot, then set your alliteration aside, get cozy in that stolen beanbag chair of yours, and we'll give you all you need to know. Now, get out of my trash! The moon waxes bright on the junkyard tonight, and the critters have cooked up a scheme. From some junk and a car, they've bent up rebar, they've built them a flying machine. So come on, gather round, squeak out nary a sound, for these bandits must be bold and brash. If they sail or they fail, I'll still tell you their tale of marvelous trash. Raccoon Sky Pirates takes you on a madcap heist with an eclectic cast of raccoons and other trash critters. This collaborative, chaotic story game will appeal to fans of Over the Hedge, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, and anything with talking animals. Work together to design your ramshackle flying machine, pilot it through a sleepy suburban town, rob some unsuspecting humans of their underappreciated trash, and embark on a mad dash back to the junkyard as the neighborhood awakens to your antics. Welcome to the life of a Raccoon Sky Pirate. What you'll need. Raccoon Sky Pirates is a game for 3 to 6 players, each of whom portrays a different junkyard creature. One of the players also serves as the facilitator, keeping an eye on the rules and reminding the other players of the phases of play. The rules of this game are nice and short, a brief 32-page booklet, so we recommend everyone read the rules in full. There are even some fun raccoon facts on the penultimate page. This game is also easy to explain to new players if one of you already has experience. If you're the experienced player at the table, it's courteous to act as the facilitator. A game of Raccoon Sky Pirates will usually last about 2.5 hours total, though it is also totally possible to blow up in the first scene, leading to a tight 30-minute game. With the game's preordained scene structure and easy rules, this is a great game to teach quickly to a group of friends looking for an activity for a small party. There's even a hilarious alternative rule on page 21, the fabled Mega Game, where 18 players collaborate across 3 tables to perform the ultimate heist. This mode is famously untested, perfect for you and 17 other weirdos. What you need to play Raccoon Sky Pirates will vary based on whether you've got a full box set or just the rules book. We highly recommend purchasing the Raccoon Sky Pirates box set, lovingly packed by hand by its creator Chris. The box set includes literally everything you need to play the game, all in a small, convenient box. If you only have the rules handy, you'll also need a 52-card poker deck, at least one 12-sided die, and fresh copies of all the character, ship, and map sheets. These sheets can be downloaded for free at hecticelectron.com/raccoon-sky-pirates. Find the box set in your local game store, distributed by Indie Press Revolution, or order directly from the website. Before we continue, a brief content warning. In all honesty, this game is easily the most appropriate for everyone game we've ever played, and we highly recommend it as a game for introducing younger players to story games. Aside from the occasional naughty entry on the trash list, like a Hitachi wand massager for example, the game's action and language are appropriate for all ages. In our own play, the raccoons attempt to steal Christmas from a wealthy influencer family, the kind that constantly turns its camera on the kids for content. The first episode contains vague allusions to light animal mistreatment, along with 2 brief instances of a character falling from a great height. The second episode contains raccoon-on-dog slapstick violence, a cockroach infestation, and aerial police drones. Preparation. Preparation for a game of Raccoon Sky Pirates takes only a few minutes, as the game has no need of a game master tailoring a particular scenario. At the top of play, take the custom complication card deck from the box set and divide it up into its 4 scene decks, and shuffle each. If you're playing without the box set, take a standard poker deck, remove the jokers, and divide the 4 suits into 4 decks and shuffle each. Each player chooses a junkyard animal to play from the list of 18 available critters. You've got 6 raccoon options, 6 possums, and a couple of rats, pigeons, and roaches to round out the roster. Each character has 3 unique options for their look and personal goal, which you can select by checking the appropriate box on the sheet. You also get the choice between 3 different relationship questions. Pick one and ask it of the player to your left. The group's answers to these questions ensure that each trash animal has a bit of meaningful backstory that can motivate the mission and spur inter-character antics. Your final choice is an open-ended question. What is the one thing you want to steal, and how could it improve life at the junkyard? If you need inspiration, try scouring the D100 trash list on pages 26 to 29. Now that you've got your squad of Sky Pirates, it's time to build your mighty vessel. The ship sheet is filled out collaboratively by everyone, starting with the player who most recently took out the trash. This player will determine how the ship floats, whether by hot air, mechanical wings, or magnets. The next 2 players will determine the 2 strengths of the ship, choosing from a list of 7 options. Whichever 5 options aren't chosen become liabilities, each an inversion to their paired strength. Your ship may be sturdily armored and tightly fastened together, but unfortunately it's slow, noisy, unarmed, hard to steer, and big and obvious. Not to worry, I'm sure this baby can get the job done. The next 3 choices will determine what grab bag of garbage composes the abnormal aircraft. Pick which wrecked car forms the chassis, which home appliance sits in the interior, and which carnival ride has been haphazardly integrated. Each of these choices grants a mechanical benefit, such as a vacuum cleaner allowing you to grab hold of something ordinarily beyond your reach. Once all of these choices have been made, there's only one thing left to do. Name this beautiful hunk of junk and initiate liftoff. Modes of play. A game of Raccoon Sky Pirates features 4 distinct scenes: fly the ship, board the house, steal trash, and escape. The first and 4th scenes are played on the neighborhood map as the ship sails between junkyard and the house. The 2nd and 3rd scenes are played on the house map for whichever house your raccoons invade. Each of these 2 maps features a unique problem track, a series of escalating issues that will be triggered by the failures of our dastardly bandits. The neighborhood problem track, used in scenes 1 and 4, is 6 items long. The further you progress it, the more your ship will strain, make noise, and fall apart. Each of these new developments gives you exciting new issues to contend with during play. Be careful though, the final item marked on this track is the explosion. The whole ship bursts and crashes to the earth, and any trash you've gathered is lost. Though your bandits survive to scamper their way home empty-handed for an early ending. The house problem track, used in scenes 2 and 3, is 4 items long. The further you progress it, the more ruckus is made, gradually drawing the investigation of pets and humans. When the final item on the track is marked, the humans see you and mad panic ensues, and a brief chase scene takes you back to the ship and into scene 4. Any progress made on the problem tracker persists between scenes, so problems that arose in scene 1 will be waiting for you in scene 4, ensuring that your final mad dash home will be twice as chaotic as your initial voyage. So, what do you do in each of these scenes, and how do you do it? The core mode of resolution for each scene is the same. Play proceeds in a clockwise turn order, starting with the player who most recently saw a raccoon. On your turn, you first announce what you would like to accomplish. Each scene has a short list of unique options for what you can try to accomplish this turn, such as steer the ship, steal trash, or deal with unforeseen consequences. Once you have selected what your critter is attempting to accomplish, you determine its approach. Each bandit has 3 approaches listed at the top of their sheet, such as strong, sneaky, or YOLO. Your choice of approach indicates, broadly, how your creature is going to try to accomplish its goal. Pick only the approach itself and don't start specifying your specific actions. Instead, roll a d12 and consult the list of actions at the bottom of your sheet. The number you roll indicates a particular action. Each action has 1 or more approaches listed. If your approach matches the action you roll, the action is helpful and the goal is accomplished. Describe how the action you rolled fits the situation and gets your bandit what it wants. The actions on the sheet are specific but broad enough to fit into many situations. Some examples include follow a smell, put yourself at risk to get trash, or survive seemingly certain death. However, if your approach does not match your action roll, your action is unhelpful. The goal is not accomplished. Alternatively, the goal may still be accomplished, but more things go wrong than right. If your roll is unhelpful, you must mark the next problem on the problem tracker for your current map. However, you do have one tool to stave off problems. At the start of each scene, each player is dealt 3 cards from the current scene's complication deck, or dealt 2 if there are 5 or 6 players. Once per scene, each player may play a single complication card from the current scene's hand of 3 when they roll an unhelpful action. Playing a complication card stops a problem from being marked, delaying disaster by adding a confounding wrinkle to the situation. Perhaps fog blankets the neighborhood, making it difficult to navigate the ship in Scene 1. Or maybe a family's Roomba begins to stalk the halls in Scene 3. Complications persist to future scenes, just like problems. Each complication card features an associated problem icon displayed in the card's upper right-hand corner. Whenever a problem is marked on the problem tracker during any scene, check the icons on each played complication card and mark any yet untriggered problems that match the icons on display. Complications delay trouble, but when the dam finally breaks, the problems can cascade. That's all you need to know to pick up the book and start playing today, but here at the end we've got a few tips for you to get the most out of your game. First of all, remember the order of play. Announce goal and approach, then roll a d12 for your action. Rolling to determine what action is taken is backwards from a lot of RPGs where a specific action is declared, then rolls are made. This order simulates your critter's animal brain, driven by instinct and vibes. Second, this lack of precise control over your character turns their actions into lovely scene prompters for you to improvise with. When interpreting the prompt of your action, have fun imagining cartoonish implementations, madcap plans, and character-specific interactions. For example, Scene 1 feels great when the early action descriptions flesh out the eccentricities of the ship, like how it launches and moves. Finally, when you're grabbing trash, don't always declare your exact target up front. Obviously, if your most cherished treasure is in view, feel free to declare you're going for it. But if you're in another room of the house, have fun declaring blind and then rolling on the fantastic D100 trash tables. You never know what stuff you might find. At the end of it all, whether your beautiful vessel explodes or you careen safely home with a trunk full of trash, have fun playing out the brief Scene 5 epilogue where each of your Sky Pirates enjoys their ill-gotten gains. Do you build a better life in the junkyard? Are you riding around on a Roomba wearing Tupperware for a hat? Check the victory conditions table on page 18 to see how much your haul impacted the junkyard and your legacy. Can you steal enough trash to be crowned Raccoon Sky Pirates royalty? You'll need to play to find out. Legal. Raccoon Sky Pirates is written, owned, and copyrighted by Chris Sellers, all rights reserved. This podcast is based on the following game content created and owned by Hectic Electron Games. Raccoon Sky Pirates, Hectic Electron, LLC, 2020. Tiny Table is an independent production by Tiny Table, LLC. So with that, you're ready to play. Go out there and grab yourself some garbage, you nasty little critters. Bye-bye.
Hi, and thank you for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, then we'd really appreciate if you left us a review. If you really like what we do here and want to support us further, you can join us at patreon.com/tinytablepodcast. Our business email is also open for inquiries at tinytablebusiness@gmail.com, and all of our socials can be found in the episode description for any shenanigans you might want to follow. Till next time, see ya!